Hey everyone, John Doyle from Optics EQ. I'm going to take today to continue our tutorial on OptixNOTES. Been getting a lot of good feedback on it, and so I want to kind of continue with the process. We're going to be looking at Wednesday, May 17th. Not like a busy racing day, but we're going to show you how to use notes to make the most of it. Again, if you buy our silver plan, that's how you get OptixNOTES. And so once you do that, you'll get this little button called Rod, and that's kind of where I start, if I want to kind of look for opportunities within notes. And you click that and it brings up this grid with a bunch of stuff in it. And then you want to one of the things I've been doing is looking for a green keyword in the last race. And I want to do that again today. I just want to kind of keep hammering this home, kind of get you into a process of at least looking at horses, not necessarily just playing these horses blindly, but looking at them, horses that are going to kind of be under the radar. And, when I was actually going through this for Wednesday, I found the race, it pertains to the horse with the green keyword, but there's also other things in a race that just kind of led me to kind of delve in a little bit more. And that's the fourth race from Indiana, is the first horse on our list, Dream Traveler. This horse is coming off a race where slow out of the gate, and you can look this, if you want to look at the keyword dictionary again, this kind of tells you what all these things mean, okay? But this horse was slow out of the gate, made a move, and we kind of flattened out, and our projection was to this horse to actually improve off of this race. That race was back on dirt after the horse was running at Turfway Park and on synthetic racing. So you can see this horse's figures. 57 was the last race. It's going to take 61 to 69 to win this race. So, with improvement, this horse can get there. So let's dig in, especially when you see a 30-1 morning line. If you click this little OP circle, what that does is brings up the plot. And again, we've been saying this, I've been saying this online with the other videos, is that notes and grid and plot are all connected. They're all connected. So it's just a great thing. You can go from one to the other, back and switch. And it just gives you so much flexibility by doing things that way. Okay, so there was a couple of things I noticed about this race. I'm going to go over just to the chart here, to the table. And the favorite in this race, the morning line favorite, is Gold Digging Devil. And this horse is 8-5 in the morning line. And what I found was interesting is that this horse is projected by our notes folks to regress off that maiden win. So that was a 67, okay? And a regression is projected off of that win. So that's an interesting thing. So you got a horse that, going to be probably the favorite, look like going to be a pretty big favorite. And I guess it's going to be between the two, Chisel and Gold Digging Devil. And if Gold Digging Devil takes the kind of money that the morning line maker thinks the horse is going to take, it looks like an opportunity. So let's look at some of the others in here. When you look at the plot, you can see the 2 might plot okay as a stalking trip. This is another horse that just broke his maiden, but doesn't have a regress and ran a better figure than the 3 horse. This is a horse that I would consider. Kind of plots nice, not a bad plot. Let's look at this 1, though. That was the horse that we projected and improved. So this is a horse that, let's go to the grid. Again, it's all connected. So if you go back 3 back, this horse has run fast enough to win this race despite trouble. But it was on synthetic. Okay, its previous races were the maiden special weight, but it was over this track, and it was state bred kind of horses. But showed incremental improvement with that win and then the drop. It looked like the right place to be. Then the next 2 races, one was off a layoff blanket, and then we get the improve race. So this horse is, no great shakes, but when you start looking at this race and start saying, what's it going to take to win? We've talked about the 2 kind of favorites. They both ran superior figures, but again, that was in maiden special weight, facing winners for the first time. In the case of the 2s coming off an 8-day layoff, 14-day for Gold Digging Devil, tough to say, who has the regress. So, is with the improvement, maybe with some regression with these, they're close. When you're talking 30-1 versus 2-5 and 5-2 and 8-5, the 4 has kind of had chances, got a drop the last time into the state bred company that we were, notes was projecting, and really didn't run that great. It was 63. So that's no great shakes. The horse has got a kind of declining optics fig line here, so to speak. The other horse that I thought was a little bit mildly interesting was the 5. This is a horse that ran at this level last time and ran kind of a C plus 59, but the horse was coming off a 322-day layoff. Okay. And, this horse showed a little bit of promise early on, won over this track first time out, then kind of backed up a little bit. And then had traffic, was rushed, and then we didn't see him until recently. And you see the note here. All these keywords are important. Cold. That means the barn at that particular time during the meet was trending downward. It was just not producing winners. That's changed. So this barn is kind of heated up a little bit. So this horse is worth a look at. This horse can improve, and can get back to that kind of debut. That horse was excellent against the bias. Won lots of good things. This is another horse. At 8-1, I don't know what you're going to get, but it's a horse to look at, especially if we're kind of lukewarm on the 2 favorites in this race. The 6 coming off a layoff, don't know what to expect with that horse, and not dropping. 1 broke his main to a 2, so maybe there's some more upside. Just don't like the layoff and what to expect. There's another horse kind of second off a layoff, but this horse looked like maybe he ran his race the last time, ran a pretty good race. And maybe there's less upside than the 5. So for me, take a look at that 1. I just think that horse is a bomber potentially, and the 5 look like horses that may outrun their odds in this race, where you have 2 vulnerable favorites. I would say the 3 is more vulnerable than the 2. If I had to go with 1, I go with the 2. Just not crazy about horses coming that 8 days off a big win. Just seeing there's the potential for some regression. So that's it for me on this race. I'm going to go back out to the rod and see what else we have. I'm not going to dig into these others. I just want to point them out to you. And again, make sure when you see things like turf, make sure that the race is on the turf. If you see a keyword, don't expect a horse to upgrade if he's got a turf green keyword just because of the green keyword in the last race. If he's going to be on dirt or synthetic. But in this case, this horse also has an improve. So let's look at empty envelope. This is a horse that's, I guess, run on turf. This is going to be like, I guess this is synthetic. It doesn't necessarily translate, okay, synthetic and turf. A lot of people think it does. I don't see that. But at least there's a projected improvement, and the race is not on dirt. So we just kind of know this horse wasn't good on dirt, and could be okay in synthetics. Just it's an unknown. Let's just, one of the things I would check is I would go to the grid. Let's just see if this horse has had a recent workout on synthetic. He has, I don't know, maybe he's just not a workhorse. Hard to gauge from that. But this is a Presque Isle synthetic. Let's see the morning line, 4-1. I mean, just on speed figures, that last race would kind of put this horse right there. And then you have another green keyword horse. This is a horse that's projected to improve off a trouble trip. So it's another one you want to look at. This horse is 5-2. I don't know. Is kind of moving up. Well, I don't know if that's a move up in class. Let's look at the class numbers all the way to the right here. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a lateral move. That horse doesn't show a lot of value. So anyway, just take a look at those. Not a great race. I mean, I don't know. Not a lot of value in that thing. Yeah, here's the 4 here, comes right behind that. The other horse I would look back, just because we've had so much success with kickback, would be the Parks race. It's number 6, Tune In. This horse plots pretty nicely. It's got to avoid kind of getting into a speed duel. Maybe we can sit off of it. Just looking at the numbers, this horse can compete. He's run fast enough. Was run at Gulfstream. Got kicked back last time at Tampa. Look for this horse to kind of improve. He is the fourth choice. So, there looks like to be some value there. So that's another race to dig into. But you just see how you can kind of get to races quickly that you might not even know about or care about. And then this is a track, Will Rogers Downs. So interesting. This is horses coming in from Oaklawn Park, and you can see no handle. Now, I don't know if it's just didn't handle Oaklawn or what have you. Green, because this horse was climbing. Let me just go to the plot and go to just looking at the plot. I mean, this horse at 8-1 in the morning line just looks like a pretty strong plot for 8-1. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that. Don't know much about, this racing circuit, but you got to imagine this horse just coming from Oaklawn. This looks like a major drop for this horse. Plot's pretty good. He's got some of those no handles. Now, can he handle this surface is going to be the thing. Let's just go. I just want to show you. Sometimes with no handle, like if the horse is getting a change, he's climbing early, high-headed runner. This horse to consider, in this race, just because it's, looks kind of soft. I don't know if you are getting a price and the horse is kind of worth looking at. So, that's it. I mean, again, using that green keyword in the last race to kind of trigger off of things. Just want to let you know, we're going to also be doing a Preakness video tomorrow. So we can record it tomorrow. It should be available tomorrow night. And we're going to go over all the entries and, kind of talk about maybe how to play the race. And we will be having a focus report for the big graded stakes races on Preakness Day. And you'll get that as part of your notes subscription, which is the silver plan. Let me just again go out, show you what that's all about. You go out and you buy, and silver plan has notes. That's what you want. And you can buy it daily, monthly, weekly, or annual. And it'll be this focus report will be included for all the graded stakes races on Preakness Day for the Preakness, for the Pimlico. Okay. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And thanks for supporting us.